Stupid dog across the street barking fucking scared the cats. That's why they tried to run. They got scared of the dog, hearing the dog bark. That's why you gotta tap them in the head like that. That's how you get them to sleep. That's how mom does it. Because you gotta keep them in a litter. If you don't do that, they'll all try to run off and be separate. And then you'll never get them to listen to you because they run off to try to cope with the stress. Because mom isn't tapping them in the head. They're not used to being in a litter. You gotta teach them to learn how to be in a litter together. You see how they're all looking up, like trying to figure out what's going on? Go back to sleep. They were all just sleeping, and then the stupid fucking dog. I literally just fed them and finally got them to calm down and sleep. Because you gotta tame them. You can't just let them run wild. Otherwise, they won't listen. They won't follow me. They won't do as I ask. You gotta train them. And it's a full-time job. And if I don't have them in a litter for this one won't learn all the kitty stuff and will die. She's just now purring. Mignana is finally purring. She's purring right now. So we got Mignana. We got Lilo. And then Lila. And then this is Luvia. And then Tormenta. And then Mignana. Mignana. Luvia. Tormenta. Lola. And Lila. What, Mignana? What do you want, Mignana? You just ate. Let go with your claws. Tormenta. Tormenta. Come on. Come on. Tormenta. They think it's mom looking for the nipple. Their eyes, their eyes are itching like crazy, you know? They have all that bacitracin on their eyes and on their paws, and their noses are all raw because I saved them, you know? Their faces aren't fully developed. Their eyes, this eye, like both of them are. So Luvia, I think, is gonna have a problem with her left eye. It's glossy. Both of them, they're hazy because the top layer of the eye was getting infected and it scarred her eyes. So she's gonna have problems. This one right here, she's gonna have problems. The baby is gonna be just fine because the mom never licked the eyes open. No damage got to the eye itself, only the edge of the eyelid where the infection was. Um, but that's why they're going crazy right now. All of them. Their faces are growing. Their faces are itching. That was the only problem, is their faces weren't fully developed, really. You know, their faces were they're malnourished. Mom wasn't taking care of them because the faces had infections. They were sick. They caught a cold. And I know what it was. I bet you any money she had them because they look about a month old. And it was really warm for about 2 weeks here. And then it dropped in temperature like significantly. And I really believe she popped out the litter when that night it dropped really cold and we had all that fucking freezing weather, and I think they got sick. They started, it was too cold, you know what I mean? And they ended up catching a fever and, got sick out the nose and the mouth, and mom realized it and was like, okay, I better get away from these before I get sick, you know? That's why these two are so much bigger. But they could be from a different litter too, you know? You don't know. There's so many fucking cats over there. But thankfully I got most of them cleaned up, but it's not going to be long until they start multiplying again, you know? Because they're not spaded or neutered. And you can't catch them. You can't catch them. That's why I went over there at 2 in the morning and stole these cats. Stole the kittens. Because I know the old man. I know how he is. He ain't gonna do nothing. He's just gonna continue feeding them because he's miserable. He's lonely. This is his only, you know, this is the only thing that keeps him going. That's why he's 93, because he's been feeding the cats for the 10 years. This is what keeps him going. But he doesn't want to take care of them. He doesn't want to. He just wants to feed them. He doesn't want to do the rest of it. That's good, because I need them to do that with the baby, you know. The baby's learning. Because they learn that, you know, from before. And yeah, their noses itch really bad. I'm happy though. It probably feels so good on their face, rubbing it against the pillow, you know? That's why they're doing it. It feels good to them. Well, it's going on 3 days for her, and then the rest of them 2 days. Because the other ones that I got, all the other ones died on me. All the other kitties that I got the first night died on me. They were bloated, man. I got them too late. The stomachs were bloated. It fucked me up trying to pull the poop out of the one while it was pooping, and fucking it came out and it was white and petrified. It was hard as a rock. I knew it was over. That's why I went into the bathroom and doped it up real quick. It didn't die in pain. I know that. It died in silence. She's peeing. Yeah, she's peeing too. That's bad because it's on my carpet. But there's nothing I can do about it. Besides get a mat, keep her on a mat. But I'm leaving this house anyway. As long as she's not doing it on the furniture, I'm happy. She'll be using the litter box sooner or later. She'll learn from the other ones. Yep, so that's what I've been doing all day. Leela, come on. See, it's fine if she goes and walks off like that. It's when she runs off and then hides like that and starts yelping in the corner. You can't allow that. Because then she's just scared. See? You can't do that. Hey, come on. You can't allow that. That's when they feel abandoned, like mom's abandoned them. What you doing, Leela? Get it. It's a lot of work, man. It's a lot of work. Listen. Mio. That's how you have to do it, man. It's a lot of work. I'm glad I hate to say it, but there's no way I would have been able to do it with 9 cats. There's no way. Because I'm not a cat, you know what I mean? I'm human, and I don't have the patience to do it with 9 cats, let alone take care of everything else at the same time. But you see how she went from running, being scared, under the chair to being submissive, and then me, her laying down. That's all the difference. Now I'm fine. If I leave her to be, she's fine. I think I'm gonna bring the stuff in early tonight. It looks like it's gonna rain, so yeah, it's gonna rain tonight, I think. I'm still gonna bring the stuff in regardless at night, but yeah, so that's what I was doing. I took a nap with the cats. I literally just woke up. They woke me up. And then they ate. I fed them, and then trying to get them to go back to sleep because they're sick, I let them play for a little while. That one, they still have a little bit of energy in them, so I'm going to let them play. And then I'm going to figure out what I'm going to do for dinner and stuff because I don't have much. I didn't make any money today, so nobody showed up. I got beef stew, I got cereal. So I'm probably gonna eat the cereal because the milk is gonna go bad overnight. I ran this coffee, 2 of these, man. I ran it twice through the coffee filter and got a whole another thing of coffee. That's how strong these beans are, man. I could probably run the water through it one more time and get another one out of there. I love that Cafe Bustelo coffee, man. I have it ready too. I made 2 cups, which I need to finish. I need it. I need caffeine because I gotta do my yoga tonight. I did my yoga today, right here in the living room. That's why that pillow is out. The pillow helps pull my neck up and bend my spine more. I'm happy I did it. My back don't hurt now. Um, but I didn't get to do it as much as I want. So it's really good when you're rolled backwards and you're laying back. I'll use the stand today because I charge up my phone. Tonight I'm probably, because I removed some apps, I'm getting like an hour video now, close to 40 minutes, which is about how long I do the yoga for, each position, give or take, sometimes only 20 minutes, sometimes only 15, it just depends on how I feel, what I got going on, my body, how it feels that day. But I got the Nimball, so I can, you guys will be able to watch me. And what I'm gonna do is, so the furniture is gonna be in here. I'm gonna clean this up, put all my china, my glass to the side. I gotta go through my clothes anyways, and I'm probably gonna wash them tomorrow if I make some money tomorrow. And then if not, I gotta ask somebody to help me wash them. Maybe my neighbor, who knows. Shit's crazy, dude. What's going on? Everything going on. But I push those to the back. And then I'll set up a little thing and I'll do my yoga. I'll do the different positions that I do that have changed my life significantly. I mean, it's improved my health. It's crazy because it's actually improved my stomach problems as well, of me vomiting and stuff in the morning. If I don't do my yoga, every day, like if I go 2 days without it, I'll start feeling nauseous in the morning when I wake up to use the bathroom. I'll start getting sick. Like when I go to like I'll start like when I use the bathroom, it's painful. If I don't do it, if I do the yoga every day, I'm fine. You can feel it too when you start doing it. Like right here in your back, you got down your neck, you can feel these two passageways and they split between the spine right here. Certain positions when you lay back and you roll back and you're breathing, you gotta breathe with your stomach. That's why I have such hard abs, you know what I mean? Is from breathing in my stomach. Because when you're upside down like that and you're bending your spine like if you were in the womb, because that's the purpose. That's what Jesus meant. It says you must be born again. Not only do you have to be born again, you must relearn everything that you were taught, your belief system. You also have to do it physically. A lot of people will think that the spiritual isn't physical, and it is. They go hand in hand. God created us three in one. There's three parts to us. And we're the only intelligent life form in all the universes that can receive the Holy Spirit. All living animals, anything that's living has a body, right? And a soul. But humans are the only ones that can receive a spirit, God's spirit. And the Bible clearly says that God blew his spirit into our nose, right? Which if you think about it, right? God is spirit, right? God is air, God is prana. When you breathe, you're breathing in God's essence. That's fact. The more you can breathe in, the more air, the more healthy you're going to be. The more processed, the more longer you will live. People aren't living past 100 years because they're not doing yoga every day. They're not breathing every day like they're supposed to. That's why they're not living to 100 years old. They're not eating healthy. They're not stopping their mind, slowing down their mind. They're run, the evil one. I'm telling you, the evil one is real. I've been studying languages, man, and I'm telling you, no matter what language I studied, it doesn't matter what word I studied, it all comes down to one thing. Evil. There's good and evil. It's clearly good or bad. That's why my book went viral. People want to hear about it. Where's Lola at? Lola! Oh, you're using the bathroom, huh? That's probably why you were crying. I think she might be dehydrated. I'm happy they all used the litter box. So I was nervous because they were outdoor cats. But for the most part, every cat I've ever had knows what the litter box is. I've only had one cat that didn't know what the litter box was, and it used to piss me off, and I had to get rid of it. So yeah, that's the tonight. Once I get these cats, I'm gonna put them in the box tonight. I'm gonna pull in this furniture very soon. I gotta go talk to old man Bill, Broham Bill down the street, because he gave me $10 for food today, so I owe him $10. But you know, he brought that snowblower. They're going for only 60. They're going for, everybody's selling them for like $80, $100. We listed it for 60. He told me to split it with me. I was like, all right, you know, I listed it, so hopefully it sells. It's got a side shaft motor, so, and it's a 8-horse, man. So it's a really good motor, and it's a Tecumseh for like a mini bike or a go-kart. So I can see somebody buying it just for that, for the $60. Because to go buy a motor, a side shaft motor, will cost you $200-$300 to buy one, and to buy a Tecumseh might cost more than that. They're gonna, if you go to the store to buy a side shaft motor, they are gonna have all those cheap China-made ones. You know, I'm not saying that's not China, but it's a better brand than the other ones. Unless you go with like a Jiangdong, which is like a Honda knockoff, which actually is really good. The overhead valve, 6 horsepowers. But yeah, that's an 8 horsepower, man. It's I would buy it. Honestly, if I had the $60, I would buy it just for that motor, and it would go on my boat. It's good to have that type of stuff on the boat when you live at sea like that. And I'm gonna be living at sea. I'm gonna be living on the boat like full time, sailing into port to get food and then right back out, right back up to sea. I'm gonna be chasing storms. I'm gonna be studying the earth and animals and plants and life forms and recording these things and getting the testimony, not only like global warming testimony, but Jesus testimony as well. So that's the whole idea. That's what God keeps on telling me to do. So I'm about to go take care of these children. Leela seems to want my attention. She's staring at me. Leela. Hey. Yeah, you. Come on, baby girl. I know you're waiting for dad. You already know who's dad. They already know who's daddy. I've been doing this a long time. I never thought I'd have 5 of them, though. Like, I knew I was going to have 1 or 2, but God's like, no, you don't get 2, you get 5. You can handle it. It's a little tough, man. It's been stressing me out. I've never trained 5 cats at one time. It's a lot. It's hard. It's hard. You gotta remember too, they were traumatized, you know what I mean? So I'm dealing with cats that are traumatized, so it's twice the work. But I've done it, you know what I mean? So I know what to do, and I understand animal behavior, so, which I talk about it a lot. That's a lot of what the channel is about. It's for everyone else. It's everyone else's channel. It's for Margarita, for everyone else. It's God's channel. God just uses me as a tool, as a vessel to accomplish what it is that he's trying to do, which you can't stop it. You can't stop God. You can't. It's not going to happen. You can't stop what he's already done. And 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 God can change people's words and reuse them, but God, the Holy Spirit moves from person to person. He weaves in and out like that, and He could twist people's words. The Holy Spirit will twist people's words in tongues. I've spoken tongues many times. When my little brother was here and I was freaking the fuck out, some crazy shit was happening, man, and I started speaking. Um, in a fervent way I've never spoke before like that, and I was going like I had no control. It scared the shit out of me. It scared the shit out of my little brother because of what I was saying and the stuff I was saying and what was happening. It was fucking insane. Um, it's crazy too because a lady came over today around the block. She started speaking in tongues and praying over me and fucking she was speaking like she sounded like a fucking alien. She was saying like Audrey Baba and like all this crazy shit, like, which, you know, I worship the Lord and it's happened to me. That same thing has happened to me. Not that same like type of language she was speaking, but she you know, you gotta remember too that God, other universes, those other intelligences, they speak different languages as well. You know what I mean? And God works through all of us, so He knows all these different languages. And even the Bible clearly says that we all spoke one language at one time. The Tower of Babel. We tried to create a tower to reach the heavens, to go through, pierce through the ozone layer to the space to get to Him. That's how stupid we were. And He knew that if we went that high and got past it, we would die. Which is funny because now we're getting past it and rockets. We think we're gonna be able to go farm another planet. People are crazy, dude. God says He clearly set us on this planet. God says we clearly are in a firmament. We can get out of it, but we're not supposed to. God don't like that shit, man. I'm telling you, God don't like SpaceX and all that other shit, man. All those rockets burning all that fuel trying to get to a planet that we think is out there, that if you read the Bible clearly says that He has already created another world for us, that this world will pass away, that it was never meant to be suffering. The Bible clearly says that this world was never meant to suffer, that we weren't supposed to suffer, that because of the evil one, and what happened in another universe, God cast the evil one down to the earth along with us. Which, why the fuck would you cast an evil one to us if you know it's gonna fuck us up? But that was the only way to test us. That was the only way for us to be the light, because you had to have light to survive, right? But if you read the Bible, those people, they're alive, but they couldn't comprehend the light because they weren't born of the Spirit. There's many things that I say that regular people won't understand. Only those that are born of the Spirit know who I am and will know what I am saying. So it's very difficult. And if it is you that knows who I am and knows what it is that I am saying, hide the turkey. Hide it. Hide it well. In your writing, in your music, everything. My name's Retrospect. Hide the turkey. That's all I can say. Hide the turkey. But yeah, I'm gonna go. I gotta get this stuff in, man. And, you know, looks like a family's coming down. They're all biking. Hell yeah. I can't wait. I can't wait to see Margarita, see my family. And I got a bunch of kids everywhere. That's good that they're sleeping next to the baby. Makes me happy. Is that Luvia? Yep, it is Luvia. Good. Luvia is the one that's the sickest compared to, well, the baby is the most sick, but Luvia's eyes are really red. Like, the rim of her eyes are red and her tongue's beat pink. Like, it's red, it's sore. Her tongue, her lips, her eyes, her nose. Everything's raw. So is the baby's. Tormenta, the one on top, is the one that actually has the glossy eyes. That's the one that's going to have eye seeing problems. And its nose is still a little runny. That Tormenta's eyes were completely crusted shut, but they were kind of open, a little bit, so it could see. No, wait a minute. The eyes weren't completely crusted shut in Tormenta. The eyes were open, but I remember, it was just crusted all the way around the eye, and that's why Tormenta's eyes are glossy like that. I'm hoping that because I got the infection out, I cleaned out the infection, and I've been keeping the bacitracin on it. I'm hoping that the diet that I'm giving them and the prenatal vitamins and stuff that I've been feeding them helps them develop, helps with their eyes, their glossy eyes. Well, the kids are sleeping. That means I need to get to work and get all this stuff in. I'm calling it an early night because I gotta take time for myself. It's Sabbath, so God commands it. So I better get to it before he gets upset with me. So I will see you guys a couple hours, alright? Y'all take care. God bless. I'll see y'all tonight if y'all want to do Bible study with me. Peace out, and yoga. Peace.